Hey everyone, Vic coming at you here, and I'm going to share with you my favorite spreadsheet, which is called my budget spreadsheet. Now, if you look at most of my YouTube videos, they're all about 3, 4, 5 minutes. This is going to be a bit longer. For the reason is I'm going to walk you through running through the budget process of what you're going to have, and obviously you can come back and kind of review this. But when you go into the link that I'm going to put below in the description, it's going to give you the link to this Google Sheets, okay? So I took the Excel spreadsheet that I normally use and I copied it into a Google Sheets. And that's what you see here now. So when you go into it, you're going to see the same thing I'm seeing here, which is view only, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to go down below left here, and you're going to click on that down arrow, and you're going to say copy to a new spreadsheet. Now, don't click OK yet. Just keep your eye on the tab up here. I'm going to say open up spreadsheet, and you're going to see it just open up another spreadsheet. This is your spreadsheet now. So now you don't see over here any longer where it says view only. Let me click on that tab. This is my, let me click OK, get out of the way. This was my copy. This is your copy now that you said copy to a new spreadsheet, and you can make changes to it. Now, one more thing. Sometimes I found that the formulas don't convert over. If I click on this cell right here, and we'll look at the formula, it's sum of E4 divided by 12. What I did here in columns H and I is I put what those formulas are for each of those cells. Let me kind of show you a graphical here. So if you look at it, this is formulas for column F. I put a black box, follow the black arrow, and you see that this formula here coincides with this cell. This formula here coincides with this cell. This formula here and so on coincides with this cell. And I put in formulas for column G, follow the blue box over here. So this formula here, sum of E4, goes into this cell. And the only reason why I'm putting that there is just in case when you do the copy process, the formulas don't carry over, and just so that you can have the formulas as a visual. You shouldn't have to do anything with the formulas. So let me go ahead and get that out of the way now. So the only thing that you need to do in this actual spreadsheet is update anything that's in yellow. And I broke down the budget into yearly expenses, monthly expenses, weekly expenses, and daily expenses. And you see that the columns, the yellowing coincides with daily, weekly, monthly, and or yearly, okay? Then what I'm going to do here is we're going to add up the total expenses. And let's click on this box here, and here's the formula that's in that box there. It's the sum of F4 through F28. When I click on this, it's going to highlight the boxes that are going to be within that formula. So let me click here, and now you see this box. You can just barely see it, but it's showing you that F4 through F28 are being added, and that's your total expenses broken down by month. And the same thing here, yearly. So I click on the formula that shows up for the yearly, and you see that little squiggly line showing you that you've got G4 through G28 being added up, and that's your yearly expenses. Now, what I did here, so obviously when I take yearly here, why am I breaking it down into monthly? Sometimes it's good to know what your monthly expenses are. So I'm taking the yearly, you see I'm breaking it down into monthly, and there's a formula I have for that. The formula is to go ahead and take this figure and divide by 12, and that's what this number here. And then this is obviously yearly. It's going to be equal to that because this is yearly expense and it's by yearly. Now let's go ahead and go into monthly. So here we have the first monthly one is rent and or mortgage. So let's say it's $1,500. Obviously this is the monthly amount that's going to equal the monthly total here. And then if you look at the yearly, the formula here is 12 times F7. So it's 12 times that amount. That gives you the yearly. So we're just getting both, we're breaking it down. And if you see when I have weekly here, we're breaking it down by week, and then we're breaking it into a yearly expense. Now week is not simply 4 times 100 is a week, because everyone says, oh, there's 4 weeks in a month. Approximately, 4.5 weeks in a month. Approximately, it's a little less than 4.5 weeks. So the best way to get the monthly income on a weekly number is to go ahead, let's look at that formula. Well, without even clicking, I'm going to show you the formula here. It's taking this figure, multiplying it by 52. It's a weekly. So we're going to take the weekly amount, multiply by 52, then divide by 12. This is the exact monthly amount of your weekly expenses. And you know, gas is always going to be different, and I have a separate week. I don't know what else would be weekly here, but only you know what works for you. Okay, then we've got daily expenses, and I break that down also into monthly and into yearly. Then, like I showed you, we're adding those figures up. Now, let's get to the good part. This is should be the good part. This is the income. Okay, now I have here multiple types of income. Some of you guys get paid weekly, every Friday, you know, it's weekly, and that figure goes right there. Some of you get paid bi-weekly, okay, every 2 weeks, 26 paychecks a year. That's going to go here, most people do. And a lot of people get paid twice a month, also known as bi-monthly. You'll put that down. That's only 24 paychecks a year, and you'll see in the formula it's 24 times that figure. And the bi-weekly, see, it's 26 times that figure, okay? And then finally, if you're running a business where you're getting some type of monthly income, you're able to go ahead and put that in there. And that's going to give you your total income by month and by year. And then finally, what we're going to do is you're going to have your forecasted debt or savings income, and that's going to take, let's look at that formula. That's F35 minus F29. So F35, which is your total income, minus F29, which is your total expense. So in this case here, you happen to be doing well, and you have $1,272 a month over and above your actual documented expenses. Now, of course, there's your car registration, there is wheel alignments that pop up, a new tire that you need, your refrigerator breaks, whatever happens to be. You don't know where it's going to show up, and that's why you need to go ahead and be well over in your monthly than you are in your monthly income that you are in your expenses. Now, these are just arbitrary figures. Now, some of you guys, you don't pay real estate taxes because either you're only renting, or the fact is that it's in your mortgage. So, you know, that might be nothing there. So watch this figure change. I'm going to delete this 7,000, and this should both go to 0. Hit enter. Bam, 0. And you're not paying your home insurance because it's part of your mortgage, or you're renting. So let's go in here. Maybe you have renter's insurance, you know. But I'm going to hit delete here, and you see these both go to 0. Okay, so it's automatic. So the thing is, you only want to update the yellow spots. Do not touch the white spots. That's where the formula is. And that's another reason why I put the formulas down, just in case you delete the formula. If you end up putting the figure in here by accident, you can always copy that formula back into that cell, okay? So let's go for, so now, really, if it's included, you're probably, and if you have a mortgage, you're probably looking at a mortgage plus real estate plus your insurance, you're probably looking at more like $3,200 a month, okay? Let's hit enter. And these figures, monthly is that, yearly is $38,400 to live in your house. Your car insurance, just change it to what it is. Are you paying $240 a month? Let's put $240 there. Hit enter. And once you hit enter, those figures get updated. Okay, your electric bill. The best way to run your electric bill is put yourself on a budget. Heating bill, same thing as on a budget. Gym membership, maybe you're part of Planet Fitness, you're paying $10 a month, or maybe you're one of those elite clubs and you're paying $49 a month. Okay, and now you're going to see that those figures go up based on that. Now, cell phone, let's say it's $70 a month. Let's look at this now. You have internet and TV subscription, and also I was going to put home phone. But you know what? A lot of people either have internet, home, and TV subscription all bundled together, or maybe they just have internet and TV. They don't have a home phone. So what you're going to do here is I have it as if it was bundled. So let's say your total bundle is about $200. I found most of the time the bundle is about $220 or something like that. That $79, turns into $200 very quickly. Now here's another thing that you could do. You can go ahead, if you need to add any rows here. This is a row. Let's say you want to add something. Let's say you do have a home phone. You want to add you could just go ahead and click on where you want to add it, right click, and then insert row above or insert row below, okay? And then you could go ahead and copy the formula or put in your own formula that you're going to do on how that works. So let me just click outside of that because I don't want to put one in right now. Then you have credit card 1, 2, and 3. Hopefully you don't have that many with debt on it. And loan 1, 2, 3. Maybe you got a couple of student loans. Maybe you got a home equity loan, whatever it happens to be. If you don't need them, you take them out. If you have it, you put it in there. I left some of them blank. Maybe you only have 2 credit cards, but you've got some other type of, you got what you call your car lease. So let's put your car lease in there. So you can go ahead and update that car lease. And let's say your car lease is about $280 a month. Hit enter. This should be $280, and then that goes to $3,300 a year. Okay, and you do have 2 loans that are costing you about $100 a month. Now let's go down and check this out. Let's say your gas is about $100 a week. You have another weekly expense. I'm not sure what it could be. You fill it in with what you're doing, and then your breakfast, your lunch, your dinners, and your miscellaneous. Okay, so here's your expenses. Now, this is a good example. Now you're looking at a guy that's looking at his, and he's wondering why is he going more and more into debt? Because right now his monthly income is $40 a month less than his monthly expenses. And as a result of that, slowly going down that slippery slope of debt. So what you want to do is you want to find a way, where can you cut out? Maybe you want to cut out breakfast in the morning, or you want to eat at home and stuff like that, and it comes out of your grocery budget. Maybe you want to cut down your going out to eat, whatever it happens to be, your miscellaneous, maybe your weekly expenses. You're including some type of, maybe it's cigarettes, maybe you're spending, right now I know in New York City, a pack of cigarettes is about $18. You're smoking 2 packs a day. That's $36 a day times 7. That's $220 or more a week in expenses. So that could add up. Just check that out. $220 a week in cigarettes. That's $953 a month, or $11,000 a year in smoking. And now let's take a look at, now you're $560 a month in the hole. So let's just say by some miracle, whatever, you happen to find a way to quit smoking. You go ahead and you take that down, your weekly expenses. Now you've got some other weekly expenses you have, but you're spending $50 a week. Okay, and let's give those figures a chance to update. And what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and there's the refresh thing up there. You see, I could either hit F5 or that little squirrely thing, circle it. I'm going to hit that. And let's see what it did to weekly expense. I brought it down to 50, and there we are at $2,600 a year based on weekly expenses, quitting smoking. Maybe I'm spending that money on, on smoking cessation programs, So that's why I brought that figure down. And now you see that we're $176 out of the hole, but we have an extra $176.67 a month, or $2,000 extra per year. And that would probably cover things like your oil change, car registration, flat tires, refrigerator brakes and stuff like that. Not enough to do all of those things, but if one of those things happens per year, you might be able to cover, because we don't even have things in here like groceries. But it's really important to put down on your spreadsheet as much as you could. So I'm going to put this link in there. I'm going to come up with a follow-up video. Look for that, but this is the link that's going to show you. Just remember how to duplicate the spreadsheet into another copy so it's for yourself. And I do believe that you're going to need a Google account in order to go ahead and create a copy for yourself that you can retrieve later on. So I think that's important to go ahead and do that if you don't already have a Google account. So with that, I hope it helps. Just have this video going while you're doing while you're working on your budget, and just refer to it as you need to, so that you can go ahead and update this. Please subscribe, and feel free to comment on any other videos that you do want to see, and I'll see you on the next one.